it's Jody from Inside Out Yoga, and I'm super excited to be teaming up with Around Winter Haven Neighbors Facebook group. We're going to be offering a free yoga class till 6:15. So, hello everybody. Thanks for joining us. This is my first time ever doing a live class, so it's a little different for me. Thank you everybody who came to class, and if you've never practiced yoga before and you're curious about it, this is a great place to be. And I've really been thinking about why people do yoga. Every person in this room and every person practicing probably has a different answer to that question. But I think the common denominator of it is we feel better, we feel good when we practice. So I just invite you to join us, do a little bending, breathing, do what you can do. And we're just going to start by doing some centering and grounding. So coming into a comfortable seated position, and the operative there is that it's comfortable for you. It doesn't have to look like what I'm doing by any means. And we're just going to relax our shoulders, let your elbows be heavy, sit nice and tall, let your face soften here, and just begin to notice your breath. Just begin to notice that you're breathing this thing we're doing all the time. And as you're noticing your breathing, you might begin to notice that your body moves. And then begin to take some deeper breaths. Some bigger inhales and some bigger exhales. And we want to use our breath because it brings in vitality. And yoga tells us that it's the quieting of the mind, stilling of the mind step. And so we're just going to begin by making some gentle movements. If your eyes are closed, let them open here. Let your chin drop down to your chest. And we're just going to sweep one ear to one shoulder. And with your breath, bring your chin back down to your chest and other ear, other shoulder. Inhale, bring it down. And other side. Just letting our neck relax, just going side to side here, slow and easy, connecting it with your breath. And the next time that your ear is over towards your shoulder, stay right there. If you'd like, you might bring your opposite hand to the side of your head, if that's not too much. And just a little forewarning before we get going. If we haven't met before, I do mix up body parts and sides. So, and then if you did bring your hand to your head, let it go. Let your chin come on down to your chest. Take it to the other side. And again, you might bring your hand to your head. The other hand might come down. Let your chin come back down to your chest here. Come back and sit tall. Think about reaching down through your sitting bones, up through the crown of your head, and we'll bring the shoulders up, back, and down. So if all we had time to do in our day was move our joints, that's a really important thing to do. All right. One more time here, let your elbows be heavy. With your hands on your legs somewhere, we're going to begin to make some big circles. So we're moving our hip joints. And keeping your breath long, slow, and smooth here. And then take it around the other way. So not only is this great for our joints, but it's also good for digestion. We'll go one more round here. Pause in the center. Come back and stack your joints, your shoulders over your hips, your ears over your shoulders. Let your hands come around behind. Draw your shoulder blades together. Lift up through your heart. Your chin might lift up. Continue to breathe long, slow, smooth breaths here. So we're opening up through the front body. Come on back through neutral here. Let your hands come out in front. We'll walk ourselves forward. I'm trying to keep your seat grounded to whatever it is you're sitting on. So if you find that you're peeling up away from whatever you're sitting on, press your hands down and forward. Deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Begin to walk yourself back up nice and slow here. And let's change the cross of our legs. Let your right hand come down, take your left arm up. And we're going to lean over to the right. Taking some big deep breaths in and deep breaths out. And come on back through center. We'll go to the other side. Let your left hand come down, your right arm's going to come up and over. So we're getting some lateral movement through the spine. We move forward and back. Now we're moving laterally. Come on back up here. Let your left hand take your right knee. Your right hand will come around behind you. Relax your shoulders. You might be looking to your right, forward, or to your left. Your neck is a pretty good teacher of what feels good, so whatever it feels best for your neck. Yoga should always feel good. Let's inhale. Come on back through the center. Let your right hand take your left knee. Your left hand will come around behind you. And we're spinal twisting here, left and right. Really good for the spine, keeping us flexible, mobile. Let's come on back through neutral here. Make your way onto your hands and your knees. So once you're on your hands and your knees, you want to stack your elbows over your shoulders. How about your shoulders over your elbows? That's one of my mishaps that I do. I caught myself though. All right, let's take our right leg back. Take your right leg back. Let your left arm come forward. Extend out through the crown of your head. Keep breathing in and out through your nose here. And then let your left hand come down. Bring your right foot forward. In between your hands, you might slide your left knee back just a little bit here. We're going to plant our left hand down. Take your right arm up. Deep breathing in and out through your nose. Let your right hand come down now inside of your right foot. You could always use your blocks here. We're going to move forward and back. So using your breath to come forward and using your breath to move back. And then with your next breath, you decide, leg extended, knee bent, what feels best. Stay in the place that feels best for you. Begin to bend your right knee if you had it straightened. Take your right knee back. Spread your fingertips out wide. Roll your toes under. We're going to come back into downward facing dog. Let your head go. Just let your head dangle here if it feels good to bend one knee and then the other. So breathing so that it's audible to your own ears. And then let's make our way back down into all fours here. We'll take our left leg back and our right arm forward. Deep breaths, gazing down at your mat. Think about extending out through the crown of your head, being an extension of your spine. Let your right hand come down, bring your left foot forward and through here. Press down through your right hand. Take your left arm. Good. Let both of your hands come down inside of your left foot here. You might slide your right knee back some. We'll move forward and back. So just moving slow and easy so that you can notice how it feels, where you're feeling it. And one more round here. And then pause where it feels best for you. Does it feel best to have your knee bent or your legs straight? And it might differ from left to right. So bring yourself back into neutral with your knee bent. Take your left knee back. Roll your toes under. Take your hips back and up into downward dog. Let your head go. Any tension in your neck, just a little nod out. From here, we're going to walk our hands to the back of the mat. So let your head go. Your knees can be soft here. Letting your head go. If it feels good to take opposite elbows, you might take opposite elbows and do a little bit of swing here. If you are holding opposite elbows, let them go. Bring your fingertips onto your shins. Come into a flat back, your long spine. Exhale, let your hands slide down your shins. Your chin will come in towards your throat. Inhale, come into a flat. And exhale, forward. Inhale, flat back here. Sweep your arms out to your sides. Press down, rise up. Sweep your arms up. Interlace your hands. Reach your palms up and your heels down. Inhale, lift your heels. Keep breathing. Keep your eyes steady. Release down. Let your hands come down. Interlace your hands behind you. Reach your knuckles down. You might bring your feet a little bit wider. Draw your shoulder blades together and lift up through your sternum. And then press down, come up, stacking heel-toe your feet to hips width apart. We're in mountain pose. This is called Tadasana. Bring your hands onto your waist. Let's pick up our right heel. You might stay here, you might lift the knee. Let's take the right foot forward, big step. Your back foot will go at an angle here. Square your shoulders towards the front. Inhale, sweep your arms up for warrior one. From here, we're going to let our hands come down to frame your foot. Step your right foot back. You might float it up into three-legged jog if you like. You could certainly come into regular old down jog. Let your right foot come down. If it's up, walk your hands to your feet. Fold forward here. As you're inhaling, find your flat back. Sweep your arms out to the sides. Come all the way up here. Interlace your hands. Reach your palms up. Lift your heels. Come down nice and slow. Bring your hands around. Interlace, reach your knuckles down. Feet might come a little wider for this. Lift up through your foot space. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out, audible to your own ears. Come on back through center here. Heel toe your feet together. We'll bring our hands onto the waist, lift the heel or the foot, left foot this time. And we're going to take a big step forward. Dial your back foot down at an angle, square your shoulders forward, sweep your arms up. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. We're going to let our hands come down and frame the foot. You can step back to down dog, or you might float that back leg up high to the sky. Let your left leg come on down now. And we're going to come into a posture that I've been calling bear. So if you're not familiar with it, it looks like this. We're coming to hover, and then we're going to take it back, and then come to hover and take it back. One more time here. Come to hover, take it back. And then either come down onto your knees or come into a full plank pose. So you decide. I'm demonstrating hands and knees. We're going to bend our elbows, come all the way down, chest, chin, everything comes down. Inhale, lift here. Lift your face, lift your chest, press down through the parts of your body on the floor. You're good. One more breath right here. Come on back up. Table pose, and then just sink your hips to your heels in child's pose. So also knowing that child's pose is available at any time if you need a break. Let's make our way back into all fours here. Roll your toes under and find yourself back in down dog. An alternative for coming into this shape would be your hands and your knees. We're going to bring our right foot forward, dial your back foot down, sweep up. So we're right back in warrior one here. We're going to come into warrior two by letting the right arm come forward and the left arm come back. Good, good, good. Gaze out over your front fingertips and then see if you can move your pinkies back a little further. All right, let's straighten that front leg. Let your left hand come down. Right arm's going to come up and over. Reach up through your right hand. We'll come back into warrior two. Shoulders over hips here. Windmill your hands. Frame your foot. Option to come into a three-limbed dog by taking that right leg up. And we're going to come forward into higher low plank. Bend your elbows. Come all the way down. Inhale to rise up into cobra. Exhale, rest in child's pose or in downward facing dog. Good, check in with your breathing here. Breathing should be slow, smooth. Let's all meet back in downward dog here. And take your left foot, bring it forward and through. Dial your back foot down, sweep your arms up. We're here in warrior one again. We'll transition to warrior two by letting the left arm come forward, right arm back. Straighten up through your front leg, right hand down, left arm's gonna come up. Come on back through warrior two. Windmill your hands down. Option to take that left leg up high to the sky. We're going to make our way forward into the full plank pose or plank on the knees. Make your way down. Inhale, lift up here. And exhale, take a moment to rest. So if down dog feels like a whole lot of work, because it is a whole lot of work, then feel free to rest in child's pose. So yoga tells us that we should do no harm. It's a peaceful practice. All right, let's all move back in downward dog. We're going to bring our right foot forward, and between the hands, dial your back foot down. Come back up to warrior one. Open it up, warrior two. Straighten up through the front leg, left hand down, right arm's coming up and over. You might even bring that left hand around towards your right hip here if you like. We're going to come back through warrior two, bend the front knee, extend the arms. And from here, right forearm onto your right thigh. Your left bicep will just slice by your left ear. Extended side angle posture. All right, now let your left hand come down, pick your back heel up. So now we're in a lunge. Hands can be at your heart, by your sides, overhead. We're gonna hinge forward and lift the back leg. This is a variation of warrior three. And stand your bending leg, let your back foot come down, hands down. Find your way into downward dog, plank pose. Come all the way down, breath by breath. Lift with your in-breath and rest in down dog, or try it. So if your breath feels labored at all, that might be an indicator to slow down a little bit. Your breath. Let's all meet back in downward facing dog here. And we're going to take the left leg forward and through, dial your back foot down. We'll come up into warrior one. Left arm forward, right arm back. Warrior two. Straighten your front leg, right hand down, left arm's coming up. Come on back through warrior two. Bend your elbow, your left forearm will come onto your left thigh. Right bicep goes by the ear. Alrighty, from here we're going to come into warrior three. So you might bring that right arm down. Your hands could come to your heart space here by your sides out in front. We're going to shift our weight forward and the leg might lift. Soft face, deep breathing. Soften your standing leg, let your back foot come down, frame your foot, step back, downward dog. Come forward, high or low plank here. Make your way all the way down. Inhale and rise up. Good, and then we're gonna come right back down here, everyone. So just come right back down, rest your forehead or your chin. Sweep your hands down by your sides. Your palms can be up or down. Squeeze your glutes a little bit, draw your shoulder blades together, lift your face and your chest. And let's come on down. And take a moment here, rest. This next time we'll do the same thing, but we're gonna lift our face, our shoulders, And our hands, so when you're ready, lift, back body squeezing a little bit. Make your way down. Rest on a cheek here. Your heels might drop out to the sides a little bit. And turn your palms back down if they're up. Come back to your chin or your forehead. This next time, let's lift everything. Feet, hands, chest. Slowly make your way down. Rest the other cheek. Bring your head back into neutral here. You might bring your hands under your chin or your forehead. We're just going to bend our knees and do a little windshield wiper side to side. Pause in the center. Let your feet come down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. And press down to make your way up into a kneeling position. And if you need a little added cushion under your knees, you can double up on that or use a blanket. Let's roll the toes under here. Bring your hands onto your low back and your elbows close. So directing the flesh of your glutes south and then lifting your rib cage up away from your hip bones. Your chin again might go up here. This is called instructor or camel pose. So press down to come up, bring your ears over your shoulders last. Bring your big toes together, let your knees come wide. Walk yourself forward here. Once you're forward in this child's pose, lift your palms and your forearms, come onto your fingertips, and walk your fingertips a little further away. Forehead down. Just creating more space through your side body here. Let your palms come down. Bring yourself up into all fours. Bring your knees right under your hips here. Take your left leg back. Dial the sole of your foot down. Left arm's going to float up here. And you might float your left leg. Look down, let your hand come down, let your knee come down. Other side. Right leg's going back. You can roll onto the inner arch if you'd like. Right arm's going up and the right leg might lift. Look down, hand down, knee down. Let your hips sink back towards your heels. Relax. Inhale, make your way back into all fours here. We're going to thread the needle. Take your right arm, scoop it under and through. You'll come to rest on the right side of your face. There are a lot of variations of this pose, so if there's a different variation that you like doing, by all means. And slowly begin to make your way out. If you extended your left hand, drop back under your shoulder. Come on back up here. Find yourself in all fours. We're going to take the other arm up. Slide it under and through. You'll be resting on the side of your face. You might walk your other hand towards the head of your mat or around towards your back. Reconnect with your breath. Begin to undo. Bring your hand back under your shoulder. Press yourself up. We're going to come into seated here. So once you're in seated, we're going to take our left leg out to the left, sole of the right foot in the left inner thigh. Sitting nice and tall here. Bring your left fingertips onto your shin. We'll take the right one. And then resist letting your shoulder close in. Try to keep it open. We're going to extend to the left. Keep dialing your right rib cage up. Keep breathing. Now begin to look down towards your left leg. Let your left hand come to the inside of your left leg, somewhere on the inside of your left leg. Let your right arm cross over your left arm. Give a little nudge. Inhale, get long. Exhale, come forward. Let your hands go. Begin to walk yourself up here nice and slow. Let your left hand take your right knee. Right hand's coming around. Deep breaths in and out through your nose. Begin to come back through neutral here. We'll just change the positioning of the leg. Your right leg will extend, left leg. Let your right hand come onto your shin. Take your left arm. And resist letting the shoulder drop down. Get a lot of length here and then take it over to your right. So you might imagine that you're trying to stack your shoulders here. Breathe into where you're creating some space, where you feel sensation. Can you breathe with ease here? We're going to begin to look down at our right leg. Your right hand will take the inside of your right leg. Your left arm will cross over it. Give a little draw back on your leg to create more space to come forward. So just beginning to walk yourself up here. We're going to take our right hand over to our left knee. Our left hand's coming around behind. Relax your shoulders here. Back through neutral here. Extend both legs out. And press down to get nice and long here. Inhale, take your arms up. And begin to bring yourself up. Knees can be bent here, especially if you're tight behind the knees. You want to think about folding at your hip creases, more so than your waist. Begin to walk yourself up here nice and slow. Bend your knees. We're going to bend our knees and begin to bring ourselves to the floor. So you can make this as much or little work as you like. Once you're all the way down, bend your right knee, hug your right knee in. You can extend your left leg or not. If you like, bring your nose towards your knee. Release your head and your shoulders. Float your left leg up towards the sky here. Let your right leg come up. And relax your low back here. Bend your left knee. Hug your left knee in. And begin to lower your right leg down to your mat. And if you'd like, bring your nose towards your knee. Relax down nice and slow. Let your right leg float up here. Bend both of your knees. Hug both of your knees in here. And if it feels good to circle, sway, any of those types of things, we're going to be coming into final relaxation here. So finding your way into a comfortable position, which might be lying down on your back. It might be lying on your side. The important thing is that you are comfortable, so you might bring your chin in towards your throat. Letting your arms rest on your belly or out to your sides. Letting all your facial muscles relax. Letting your shoulders relax, the back of your arms, your hips, the back of your legs, calves. Letting your feet and your ankles relax. Noticing your breath here. So we're no longer doing anything with the breath, but noticing it, so don't change it. Just notice that you're inhaling. You're exhaling. You might begin to notice there's a little space at the top of your inhale. There's a little space at the bottom of your exhale. And to spend a little more time in that space at the bottom of the exhale. Your mind wanders. Bringing it back to noticing your breath. Just beginning to notice if you were able to create any space in between your thoughts. Bring a little more attention back to your breath and let your breath have more energy. Adding in some physical movement. Whatever way feels natural for you, there's no wrong or right way to do this. To make some movement here, it might be a big long stretch or some wiggles in your toes. You'd like to rest on your side for a bit and just take in how you're feeling while you're feeling. Eventually, gradually, we'll meet back up in a comfortable seated position. There's no hurry to get there. As you are seated, letting your eyelids be heavier closed, sitting with a tall spine. Taking a few more mindful breaths before we enter back out into our day. If you like bringing your hands into Anjali Mudra, this is a mudra of peace and gratitude. Just taking a moment to thank yourself for getting yourself here. Oftentimes that's the most difficult part. I hope that your practice leaves you feeling good, and that you're able to share that goodness out in our world. Thank you so much for coming this evening. My light honors your light. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. So, from 6:30 till 7 o'clock, myself and several of the other teachers are going to be on the live stream. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask, feel free to pop in there. It's in the Around Winter Haven Neighbors group. We're just all going to introduce ourselves and let everybody know what we're teaching. So thank you guys again so much for coming. Oh, good, because I was nervous as I can.